And welcome to our latest LSM Global Trend Briefing Update. I'm joined by Sonia van Gilder-Cook, who's here to talk to me today about the flat age society. Sonia, it sounds rather like a strange American cult. What is the flat age society?
Well, the flat age society is actually a group of consumers who are over age 50. And they're a booming group, literally they're the baby boomers, and by 2050 there will be 2 billion of them worldwide, so it's a huge consumer group.
So really, I suppose flat age, because when they hit a certain age, they are really managing that process, so they're not aging in that traditional way that the parents or grandparents used to age. I mean, can you tell me how that affects things like, for example, technology? Because I always associate technology with younger people and not with older people.
Yeah, well, I think that's a common misconception that older people aren't using technology, but actually over 70% of people in the US age 50 to 65 sign on to social networking sites once every day. So they're really engaged with technology, and I think we'll see brands coming forth to kind of facilitate that for them and make it easier for them to use those interfaces.
So it's both a design activity and it's I suppose a way of making the content more manageable for different groups, because there are physical issues with being able to read screens, dexterity of typing. I notice a lot of the interfaces are now voice activated, retinal imaging, where you glance at the screen and this will activate the cursor. So all of these things, which I think are great for older people, are actually even better for younger people. Because I guess the point of intuitive design is that it works for every generation. It's not age specific.
Exactly. Universal design or intuitive design is designed to be accessible by everyone, so it really does help everyone, and that's also key to appealing to this market, is you really don't want to make any group feel like they're kind of different, worse, I
know that in food particularly, there's a tendency to assume, as people get older, you have to introduce, more vitamins, and better kind of healthier proteins and that. Is that still the case, or are we seeing something different in food?
Well, I think that American baby boomers, for example, account for 20% of the sort of health and sustainability food market. So they are interested in healthy food, but they don't want sort of really enhanced foods or something that's totally different. I think they want something that's fresh, organic, accessible. So for example, we've seen in Holland a wonderful supermarket called Builder and de Klerk, and what they do is they change their menus regularly, and they provide portions which can be for one person or 2 people. So if you have single elderly people living alone or couples, this is a great way for them to get a meal that isn't just a meal being delivered or something that feels apart from what other people.
So I think probably one of the key things for that is the fact that if you're cooking for yourself, there tends to be a lot of waste.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I know one statistic was saying that over 70 particularly, there are more women living than men, and they have been so used to cooking for their family, because traditionally they would have had a family, that they were just wasting food. And I think about a company called On the Menu, but that was the one thing they spotted, is that we can reduce not just waste, but make it more efficient, tasty, and actually more in terms of value, so the price of it. If we're looking at people saving money, because I always think that when I associate savings, I think of older people, but again I realise that one of the stats you mentioned in the piece that you've written to accompany this is the whole notion of great luxury.
Yeah, definitely. People over 50 are huge luxury consumers. They account for 45% of the total luxury spend worldwide. So I think as this group expands, what we're going to see is people looking for luxury travel experiences rather than a sort of old person going on a cruise or kind of going into some sort of mass resort. Yes. Yeah. It's not going to be sleepy. They're looking for adventure, excitement. So I think they're in it for something exciting and interactive.
I kind of love that, because I was looking at parallels. You look at millennials, 20 to 35, and our kind of flat ages. I noticed the same characteristics. Somebody described travel as, for millennials it was vertical, i.e. you were standing a lot and moving a lot, and they said, well, really the same thing about boomers. Organic food for millennials, organic food for boomers. Convivial dining for millennials, convivial dining for boomers. So really a lot of kind of really good, healthy parallels. Just summing up, what are clients attending on the day likely to get out of the flat age society in terms of insights to take back to their business?
Well, I think that people attending Trend Briefing will really get a sense for who this market segment is, what their interests are, what products need to be designed for them, and also just to see that older people are really coming out into the limelight and being featured in ad campaigns by luxury brands like Lanvin and Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen's The Row. It's really a kind of time where I think we're celebrating this generation, and I think it's important for people to learn more about it.
So watch out, we're coming back. Sonia van Gildercook, many thanks. The Flat Age Society, getting my words mixed up there, taking place as part of our Trend Briefing on March 19th. To find out more, click on the link at the bottom of this video. Thank you.